7:29 a.m., February 25th, 2024. Was hit super hard from 2:30 yesterday on. It's still high pitched, not quite as high as it was yesterday, but extremely high. That's what I have to listen to without my phones being on. That's the sound wherever I go that I have to hear. But higher pitch, a little bit. So this is an attack against our freedom, our free will, our democracy. We keep talking about Russia and how they used to spy on their own citizens and what a horrible country it is. And yet I see a lot of happy Russians running around there. And we're here in this country. I see our country now no different than Russia, because our Congress that I've contacted, many of them, they know what's going on. Many targeted individuals have contacted them. We've contacted the FAA. We've contacted the 5G tower owners. We've contacted, even tried to tell our hospitals, the police department, the FAA, the FSDO, and they're all ignoring it because we've become so corrupt. And now on Coast to Coast last night, and I always kind of thought this was true, this is a 1 point, I don't know, Dr. Stephen Greer says we were on the moon, but the radiation would have killed us if we had, back in those days, we didn't have the technology to protect against the radiation. But there's one guy that's coming forward saying we never went to the moon. This was all staged. And I saw it a long time ago on TV, and this guy was hiding behind a curtain. He didn't want to be known, who was bringing forth that the shadows weren't right, the wind, all kinds of things. The lighting was off. Now AI just ran it through and said it was fake. AI, it will say the, like when the Chinese put up their little, I don't know, walking, I don't know if they did for sure, but other things, the artificial intelligence said it was absolutely true, it was real. And so we've lived lies for so long, so many years. Even Vietnam was started on a lie. You wonder how many wars were started on a lie by the CIA. This isn't we the people in our government. These are robber barons. These are people that stole our country for money, greed, power, and they're destroying this planet. We need to, as a human race, demand full disclosure and get that Tesla technology that doesn't pollute, that is extremely cheap, by the way. You wouldn't be paying $700 a month. We wouldn't have to look at all this ugly 5G tower crap and this, the PG&E and all these lines and fires everywhere. And we need, well, except from the satellites. But because I'm really speaking the truth and I'm coming out about Julian Assange, do you understand? He was a journalist. He had gotten information that the United States, I love my country. I don't love the deep state. I'm making a clear difference. I love America. I hate the deep state. So he got absolute evidence from the helicopter that was killing innocent people in Iraq. He actually, and he leaked it out because he was whistleblowing. He was trying to do the right thing, because we need to hold our government and our military accountable when they do things that are criminal. And they took down and mowed down a bunch of innocent people. So because he put that out there and exposed the truth of what happened, and they did it not with, oh, I didn't know what I was doing, but they were asking, is it a go? Is it a go? And the person behind the scenes was telling them to hit him. And then again, somebody came with a van. It was a father with two little kids trying to help the people that were hit, and they hit him. So is that right? Is that what we stand for? That's why the world's hating America, because of what we're doing to other countries. Why we've gone to wars. We went to war in Iraq. Oh, they have weapons of mass destruction. What a bunch of crap. That is so criminal to accept that. And we went there and a lot of our men died. A lot of Iraqis died, and it was all about the oil again because it was the military-industrial complex who was behind it. It was Dick Cheney, Halliburton, it's George Bush Sr., it's the Skull and Bones, it's all the criminals that are running this planet, the very, very wealthy. Capitalism is good up to a point, but when you get stinking filthy rich, multi-billionaires and trillionaires making decisions for our planet, and we have no say in it, that is fascism. That is not a democracy. And we need to live in a capitalistic society where you don't get to influence politics. You don't get to use your money to create all these lobbyists and have your way and pay people off to deny full disclosure. I am being hit super hard because I put it out there about Julian Assange. Do you know that he had a mini stroke? And I believe in that prison he's being held at, he's probably being hit with directed energy weapons. He's probably being tortured to death. And now we want to extradite him back to here to serve jail time. For what? For whistleblowing against criminal behavior? Nothing should be put under the Espionage Act that is illegal and treasonous to our country and goes against our morals, our values, our Constitution, and what we stand for. And that did. That was not representative of America. That was a criminal act to kill those innocent people. And the person behind it should be held accountable, not Julian Assange. This is going to shut down all the journals. Slowly but surely, they did the Patriot Act, they did 702 Authority, they did the Terror Screening Database, the sleazy, crappy Christopher Wray, slimeball that he is, inflating the bonuses for all the FBI agents to put innocent people on that list, and they give it out to all these security corporations, say like Lockheed Skunk Works, say like Lawrence Livermore Laboratories, that has one of the biggest global security firms built into it. The laboratory and security, that doesn't go together. And they're using this to attack innocent people around the world. And if you went to my channel, if you really were able to open your eyes and see what I'm going through and how I'm being tortured, and the other people I talked to, AP Hill, no political parties, and you look at poor Dr. Lambert, who was a good endocrinologist, and how much he suffered from the attacks on him. And this is our country. This isn't my America, that kind of behavior. That's a one world order fascist behavior. How can everybody stand around? We don't have a Democratic Party anymore. Look at Joe Biden. I mean, he seemed like a nice person over the years. I used to be a liberal Democrat, but when I think of people, why the hell would we vote for an 80-year-old man? An 80-year-old man should not be president of the United States. That's too old. We need younger people. And first of all, we need to dismantle the FBI and build it up again into something different. Put all the good people that were left there into the federal marshals so they could stop the cartels coming over our country and stop child trafficking, which they're doing. It has become such a criminal enterprise that you have innocent people like me working with the veterans being attacked. You have no political parties working with old people, trying to help them, being attacked. You have Dr. Lambert, an endocrinologist who cares about people and actually has many videos of nanobots moving around in the blood even after it's dead. We are being assaulted. We are the battlefield in this country. We're being attacked by these criminals. And because people think, oh, well, it's not me, I'm going to go on with my life. Fuck you. You're all going to be affected. We're going to go down in a 5-alarm fire in this country if people don't wake up. You're not going to have your freedom. Already Elon Musk is talking about brain chips, which can be good for people to see and for people to help them move. But how would you like it if you had chips put into your baby when they're in the hospital? You don't know it. A lot of people found chips. They actually have saved the chips that were implanted in them when they had procedures. These chips can connect you with computers, get all kinds of blood analysis from you, your body, where you are. It can direct weapons at you, and they are. So a lot of people are going to be chipped, and it's not going to be for a good reason. You see, the criminals always like to present it as this is going to be the most wonderful thing, and then you got the deep state taking it, twisting it all around, and using it to kill people. They're basically taking over this planet. They're killing our environment. And all those military planes super high up, I see just going back and forth with all these chemtrails. And by the way, there's talk out now that they're going to try to make invisible chemtrails, so people won't know what's going on. It's already being analyzed and determined that there's dangerous components in those chemtrails, by the way. We're breathing it in. The trees are dying, and I think they're dying also because the root systems are being blocked. See Deborah Tavares and stop the crime. It's genocide going on here in our country because the deep state started here and now it's transcontinental. Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, transcontinental. And you have people in universities talking about neuroweapons like it's okay and there's an ethics in it. Fuck you. There's no ethics in neuroweapons. We shouldn't even be using them on anybody, even our enemy. The only time you use things is to stop somebody in mid-terrorist attack. You don't stop people from freedom of speech and expression who are trying to live their lives. You don't experiment on them with neuroweapons. There's no ethics in that. That's totally Nazi criminal behavior, like they were doing to the Jews in the concentration camps. But now they're doing it to people they don't like, say like Iran and Afghanistan, Pakistan. So we've got Nazis in charge of these programs, and because people aren't protesting against it, because not you, my audience necessarily, but some of you. I know some of the FBI and CIA are listening into my conversations, so in intelligence communities, because you're blindly following their lead, you're destroying what we are. You're destroying America. And you think the psychopaths are going to give you favors? How do you know they're not using you? Because these people behind this don't care about anybody but themselves. You may get a place in it, then when they decide they don't like you anymore, they're going to turn all these weapons on you. And then you're going to say, damn, I wish I wouldn't have done that. How can you live with yourself torturing people